Well now, I wonder if anybody knows, oh, here we go, the champion. I wonder if anybody knows, just turn to your neighbour and tell them what that stands for, if you know. And if you don't worry. Try this one. There's a clue in the top right-hand corner. Or this one. Or this one. Oh. So all together now, IBF. Well done, Tim. Very good. WBC. Indeedy-doody. WBO. And WBA. You sure? You're going to look silly if it's not. But it is! Well done. Exactly. There are no fewer than 4 official boxing organizations. Each one has its own competition, and each one has its own world champion. Sometimes the same boxer could perhaps be the world champion of more than one of these organizations. They could be the WBO champion and the WBC champion at the same time if they beat 2 fighters on different occasions, and they could have both of those championships. They'd be the world champion of both. Very, very occasionally, and this is really rare because it is so hard to do, you might occasionally have a boxer who could be the champion of all 4 organizations at the same time. The IBF, WBC, WBO, and WBA world champion. And when this happens, and it hardly ever does, the boxer is not just called the champion of the world, they're called the undisputed champion of the world. The undisputed champion of the world. That means that no one is better than them. They are the best boxer in the whole world because there are no other champions. They are the only champion, the undisputed champion of the world. Well, before the carvery at Calvary, Satan was the ruler of the world. The Bible calls him the ruler of the kingdom of the air, with death and darkness on his side. No one could beat him. No one could beat death. I, was the champion, the only champion. But then, in the carvery at Calvary, Jesus beat him. Jesus defeated the devil. But more than that, by bringing life and immortality to light, Jesus defeated darkness. And by coming back to life again, Jesus beat death. And do you know what the Bible calls death? In the Bible, death is called, anyone know? The last enemy. The last enemy. There are no more enemies to beat. Jesus has beaten them all. So let's go back over to the boxing ring and join our commentator there. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the stay there, please. The winner of the carvery at Calvary by a knockout. And now, the undisputed champion of the world is, drum roll please, Oh, well done. By coming back to life again, Jesus shows who he is, the undisputed champion of the world. But surely God is the undisputed champion of the world. Surely God is the only one who is stronger than every other opponent. So how can Jesus be the undisputed champion of the world? Well, let's look at how the Bible puts it, shall we? By being raised from the dead, Jesus was proved to be the mighty Son of God, with the holy nature of God himself. By coming back to life again, by defeating the last enemy, death itself, Jesus shows us, he proves that he is none other than the mighty Son of God himself. He is God himself, the undisputed champion of the world, who no one will ever be able to beat again. Which means that if we are in Jesus' corner, if Jesus is our friend, we can be sure that we are absolutely and eternally safe in God's family. Now, if you're the champion, you're the best. And if you're the undisputed champion, you're the very best. You're number one. And in our next song, we're going to sing about how Jesus is number one in the world because he came back to life again. And I'm delighted to say that our former youth and children's worker, Bev, makes a triumphant return in this song, which I know that you're going to enjoy. In fact, Bev is on such good form in this song that it will be very easy to get distracted. Please enjoy that. But as we enjoy Bev,